Hello and welcome to another edition of Monticello Minute Unscripted. As always, we're recording in the Advanced Printing Company studio just off the square in beautiful downtown Monticello. We're very happy to have in our studio today a great friend of mine and a very important guest in my opinion, Mr. Randy Lay. Welcome to the show, Randy.
Nice to be here.
Now, Randy, of course, you're here, and we're going to talk about some educational stuff. But before we get into all that, can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself?
You bet. Well, I'm Randy Lay. I'm the director at the Monticello Occupational Education Center. I originally graduated high school from Dumas. Both of my parents were educators, my dad being a vocational teacher for 32 years. And so I went to college here at Monticello after high school, started driving a school bus in 1990. I still currently drive for the district. My wife taught at Monticello Middle School for 20 years, and she is retired now.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I have a daughter that she'll be 21 in May, and she went to Monticello School District and graduated from there.
Nice, Monticello,
yeah. And so after high school, I started going to teaching at the middle school, and I taught there for 18 years, and then I went to the OEC, as we call it. My family raised chickens for Tyson for 39 years, contracted with them. My dad also drove a school bus, so my whole family being, and I've got an older sister, my whole family being in education or in school, we would get on the school bus, the whole family, and go to school.
Yeah. Well, when I first met you, it was in the 90s, and you were driving the school bus. I was washing the school buses. That was my summer job, to wash and clean every school bus in the fleet. But
High Street. Got
to meet Randy back then, and we got to know him, and then kept up with him when during his chicken farming and all that. So we became good friends, and what you're here to talk about today specifically is what you've devoted so much of your life to out there at the OEC, as we call it, and talk about what it gives our community, because basically we're so proud of our educational opportunities that we have here in Drew County. Our schools, our public schools, as well as our university. And you've got experience at both. You went to UAM, and you've drove the bus for Monticello School for this long, and and now you're the administrator at the OEC. And it's just refreshing to see that our kids have so many different opportunities for education, and probably more than any of the rest of them, to me, the OEC prepares kids for what they're going to face out in the real world, and kind of gives them a little boost and a head start of being able to learn something, whether it be a trade or something along that line, to give them a head start going out in the world. Tell us about some of the stuff that's offered at the OEC.
So I have a passion and desire for the trades. I've done a little bit myself of every trade that we offer.
Okay. Wow.
In exception to criminal justice.
Okay.
I have no history in the criminal justice field.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because up until our conversation the other day, I had no idea that was offered out there.
That's right. Hank Hollinger is our instructor there, and he's retired from the local force.
I know. Yeah, he was in law enforcement for a number of years.
So I'll start by saying that we have 6 programs at the OEC. We have criminal justice, wood construction, auto mechanics, nursing, welding, and advanced manufacturing. 3 of my programs have instructors that are teaching those programs that actually took those programs at Monticello OEC when they were in high school.
Okay.
So they went out in the real world, made a living doing whatever. 2 of those, might as well say 3, retired and came back and is now teaching those classes.
Nice.
So
real world experience.
That's correct.
As well as having the book knowledge.
So when students come in my opinion, we have absolute masters in those fields. They went out and done it for a living.
Master class, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get any more depth. Now, I think our sole purpose is to introduce these different occupations, programs to these students to get them interested in. Students don't know what they're interested in.
Oh, yeah.
And the world really, for a lot of students, the world does not make sense until they get over to the OEC and it's practical, hands-on. Oh, well, that's what that formula meant over in geometry. They were teaching
I'm
me in
actually
fifth
putting
grade.
it to use, doing
That's
measurements,
exactly
doing
right.
stuff like that.
Yeah. So, up to that point, it's just been a formula that they may have used that was not practical to them. So, but hands-on, I can't say enough about it. Now, a lot of students are academic as far as, they're all about sitting down and doing the book.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have those, and I was always a hands-on guy.
And that facility's been out there for decades.
1974 was when that was built.
And it services both Monticello School and Drew Central School.
That's correct.
Students from both schools are able to attend there. And it just goes to what you're talking about, hands-on experience. I grew up in a household with a father who was very hands-on. He taught me a lot of things, auto mechanics, welding. I learned in carpentry. I learned that stuff at home. But so many kids don't have that household or that parent to teach them that stuff, but they're still interested in it, and they still want to look at, go into something like that. And that's where the OEC can step in and give them that.
That's right.
So that they, like you said, build the interest, so that they get the interest, they get the core understanding, they start putting stuff they're learning in those books to real world, and they're ready to go the next step.
That's right. And we have the instructors there to show them that next step.
And I know you've told me about some success stories about some kids that had left, found their way in the trades, and come back and just had a relationship with their instructor, and basically said, I couldn't have did this without you. If you hadn't been there and with me and showed me and pushed me and gave me the guidance, I wouldn't have been able to come back to be what I am. And that's what teaching is all about.
That is correct.
And especially teaching from a trade level, hands-on type of level.
That's right.
Well, tell us a little bit about, you've already talked about the programs, and they're fascinating. A lot of people probably didn't realize nursing was involved. I know I didn't. So a lot of our nursing students can go in there and get what they need to start their journey to becoming a healthcare professional.
That's correct.
And like we talked about the criminal justice, I had no idea. And when you've got an expert there like Hank teaching that, it gives people another route to where they can get to going where they want to go if they want to work in criminal justice or policing or anything like that. And the other stuff, I think I kind of expected, most people do. Welding, learning how to weld, the wood trades, carpentry. But tell me just real quick about this new advanced machinery, because when we talked about that, that really interested me.
So the new LEARNS Act is really targeting for concurrent credit. In other words, teaching college material.
Okay.
And currently we don't have in the past we've taught machine tool. And it's a good trade, but there's very few machinists in the different occupations locally.
Gotcha.
There may be 10. It's just, if you have a big manufacturing, they may have one machinist. They don't have, and he won't machine all the time he's there.
Okay.
It's just sporadic. So we wanted to tie in with UAM CrossIT.
Gotcha.
Technology of CrossIT.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And they have an advanced manufacturing program.
Perfect.
So we can still implement the machining part in our advanced manufacturing, along with millwright work. And Billy Gillum is the instructor there. He spent 30 years down at Clearwater, retired, and he is an absolute master.
Another expert
at
there.
both of those things.
And I hope the kids are out there listening, and if you're not, maybe your parents are, because if you're thinking about going into mill work, if you're thinking about earning a living in that type of atmosphere, this is a type of class that can prepare you for that and give you a leg up. And I wish we had more time to talk, because I know it's very fascinating, and I know if parents wanted to learn more or if kids want to learn more, they can reach out to you at the OEC, and I know you'd be happy to talk to them. There's plenty of people out there that are good role models and provide good guidance for our kids.
Love to give them a tour.
There you go. Go out there. The OEC is. Let's see if I can explain where it's at. It's right next to Monticello School, kind of in behind it, right there.
Right hospital.
Yeah, right across from the hospital, behind the baseball field, kind of. Can't miss it. Y'all are up there during normal school hours,
That's
8 to 3 every day.
Right.
So if you'd like to go learn more about the OEC, go check them out. Talk to Randy Lay. He'll give you a tour. We appreciate you coming in today and having you on.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
We'll be back. Hello and welcome to Monticello Minute Unscripted. We got a couple guests in studio today that are going to talk to us about a big event that's coming up here in Monticello on April 4th, coming up quick. It's going to be the second annual opening day at the Ballpark event. And here to tell us about it are Ked and Blake. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, Keith.
Now, Ked, we'll start with you. Last year was the first year doing this event, and a lot of work went into it, and it was an amazing success.
Yes.
I've heard, I wasn't able to make it myself that year, but I've heard so many people so excited about this year because I know it's going to be even bigger, and y'all have worked even harder to incorporate more into it. For people who may not know what it is, can you kind of just describe what opening day of the Ballpark is?
It's basically just a community celebration, start of ball season for baseball and softball. Kind of recognizing the teams, have all the kids, players recognized, the sponsors recognized, big deal, and just kind of get community involvement. We've got food trucks, tons of vendors. We'll have an egg hunt in the afternoon. We got a lot of stuff going on, basically just community-wide celebration, basically.
And that's what it is. It's boys and girls ages 4 to 12
Yes.
that are out there on their city league teams, and they're going to be playing baseball and softball. Perfect thing to get spring kicked off, to get the community together, because we know Drew County, Monticello, that we're a baseball community. Yes. We've always have been. So many kids get to participate, and we've got some amazing facilities out there at the complex. Now, I know they just got through doing some upgrades last fall, fixing some storm damage, putting some new roofs and stuff.
There's a lot of storm damage out there. The City Parks crew has done a lot. They've fixed probably just about every dugout had a little bit of damage.
Nice.
Press boxes had damage. Batting cages had some damage, but they've got everything fixed up, looking good.
And they're working on the parking lot now,
Yes.
getting it restriped, getting it organized, and ready for the amount of people that are going to be coming to this event.
Yes, brand new layout, new lines, so.
If there's anybody that hadn't been out there, which I'd find hard to believe, because I promise you in the spring, you go by there about any day of the week, and it's just more cars than you can imagine out there. People using the facilities, their kids are playing ball. Great time, great ton of stuff going on. Now, Ked, you're handling softball. Blake, you're going to be handling the baseball end of it. Tell us a little bit about what to expect there.
Well, I'm just part of that group. It's a fantastic committee from the softball side that got this kicked off last year, and we have done a ton of work between baseball and softball committees both to partner up to make this a true community-wide event. And, you know, a lot of our greatest memories as kids, all of us, were being at the ball field, trying to chase butterflies and make memories.
Our teammates, our coaches, they all influenced our lives.
So speaking on coaches, for sure, there are so many volunteers that make this happen, from the opening day event to the whole season. Coaches, the city workers that are putting in time and effort, both committees they're doing everything that they can to make things go off so well and so smooth, and it's all for the kids. Everybody wants to make an awesome memory for these kiddos.
Talking about volunteers, I know Heather Cox had talked to me about getting y'all in here and talking about this so our community would know about it, and talking about city workers. Mitchell Ashcraft does a wonderful job as overseeing that complex and the work he does there. So many people go into it, and I'm going to throw a number out here that's probably going to surprise a lot of our viewers. But between softball and baseball, we're going to have about 50 teams that are going to be out there at opening day at the ballpark. That's a large amount of teams. That's a lot of ball to be played. So there's going to be a lot of parents. There's going to be a lot of grandparents. There's going to be a lot of coaches and kids. Just a lot going on. And as Ked referenced at the beginning, there's going to be food trucks, food vendors out there. Plenty of great food. It's Easter weekend. They're going to do an egg hunt, so the kids will have something to do. Supposed to be a bouncy house as well, so for the little kids. So there's going to be something for the whole family. I really can't think of another total community event that encompasses as much as opening day at the ballpark will. So we're definitely excited about it. What time is things going to get started, do y'all think?
Supposed to kick off with, I think it was the Walk of Champions, where all the teams will basically parade of all the teams. 9 o'clock, I believe.
Yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, yes.
And going to be playing games till they get finished, probably
Yes.
late in the night.
Yes, all day.
Yeah.
Hopefully early afternoon.
That's right,
weather
4 or 5
permitting.
o'clock, last ones. Some
Yeah.
age groups will finish up earlier.
And
Got
of
some
course-
of those younger ones getting done so they can getting out for that
Yes.
egg hunt.
Yes.
I want to say there's 10 or 11 fields out there. Is there more? How many fields is it?
There are 10.
10
There are 10
fields, and they're all going to be getting used.
That's right.
So there's going to be, that just goes to, once again, talk about the amount of work that the city and volunteers have put in to get these fields ready, get everything to where it's going to be in perfect condition for these kids to enjoy their opening day at the ballpark. There's going to be memories made. And the best part is, if you want to come out and watch, there's no gate fee.
Yep.
It's free to the public. Come out there, walk around, enjoy being part of something community-minded. Talk to friends that you have. If you don't have kids yourself, see what their kids have going on. Have some good conversations. I'm looking forward to it. We're crossing our fingers
Yes.
for good weather.
That's right.
Yes.
And we're looking for good baseball. We appreciate y'all coming out. Now, there's a large amount of donors. There's a large amount of food trucks.
Yes.
For people to find that information, they want to look it up, look at the schedule, or get any kind of updates on what's going on, where can they go to find that information?
So on Facebook, there's a softball page, Monticello, Arkansas Girls Softball.
Okay.
And the boys' Facebook page is Monticello Youth Sports Baseball. And
you can
all
go to
the
social media.
details will be there.
You can go to social media, get those, go on those sites, and you can see what you need to see there. Of course, there's going to be team pictures getting taken, and those are going to be coming to the advance. So the newspaper's going to carry those. So you'll get to see all the teams and all the kiddos in their uniforms and ready to play ball. This is just a kickoff event. Now, that's the main thing I want to talk about. This is opening day at the ballpark.
Yeah.
It's not. It just kicks off the season.
Right.
After this, there's going to be ball games getting played out at that complex from now until when? I mean,
We go till about end of May.
That's right.
so
Same
for the
us.
next 2 months, the complex is going to be super, super busy with a lot of kids from 4 to 12. And I think, Blake, you talked about once junior high finishes at the school,
right.
there's going to be some 14-year-old games being played.
That's right. So for the girls and the boys both, once softball season, baseball season get wrapped up for the junior high teams, for Monticello and Drew Central, we'll put together summer league teams
Summer league.
for the older kids. Just have an opportunity to keep them involved and encouraged because, as we said, those local teams are what a lot of our memories are from, and we want to keep that league growing.
But this is just the beginning, folks. It's a way to kick it off. Great weekend of fun for everybody. Be sure to mark it on your calendar because it's coming up this week.
Yeah.
This Saturday, Monticello Sports Complex, opening day at the ballpark. You don't want to miss it. Thank y'all for coming on.
Thank you.
And I look
Thanks a
forward
lot.
to a great weekend.
Yep.
We'll be back. We're excited here at Monticello Minute Unscripted to have our sponsors, Monticello Chevrolet GMC, Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union, and The Woods, a Nightingale community. We thank them for their support and for making this broadcast possible.